All right, this is going to be saving Kimberly. Janet is running now and running good. So now we moved on to Kimberly, and you guys may recognize this big old beast here. This is a great big Craftsman key start, battery powered start. Engine is a Briggs & Stratton. There's your logo. And this is the big 7.25, 190 cc engine, and it's got the single adjustment on the cut level where you move that lever and it moves all four wheels at the same time. I'm not a big fan of that. To me, that's a lot of weight to carry around. The batteries on these always wear out, so I'm not expecting that to work. I don't see any wash tests up in there, so that's good. So that battery will be tossed, and if I can get this thing running, it'll be off this pull cord. So let's go around this way and see what we got. I'm going to take a look under the air filter and see how bad that is. So I need a 5/16 socket. Which is this one. That one right there. So let me put that on the bottom of my drive. Oh, I don't even think it's got an air filter in there, so at least I don't have to worry about it being dirty. So let's take a look in here real quick. As always, I have no idea if this mower is going to work or not. I got up to not Kimberly, but Isabel. So that's A through I, and it got them all running. But I could not get Isabel running. I couldn't save her. Well, she would run, but her crankshafts have been so bad I had to scrap it. So here's the air cover plate. There is no air filter in there, so that's never a good sign. This seems to be loose, so I'm going to try and get this off and hope there's no wasp nests under there or spiders. Don't see any, so that's good. Let me kick that out of the way. And so this is the rewinder, and this is a self-priming carburetor. And I moved this the other day, and I don't think that it's moving properly. It's supposed to be very easy to move. See that? That's not moving easy at all. There, that's all the way over. See, this should just, it should slide smoothly. So it could be that the carburetor area plate is dragging. But sometimes it's more than that. So I've got to get this where it just bounces around free and it doesn't bind. Right now I can feel it binding. There's a fuel shut-off valve there. Okay, there is zero fuel in there. If there were, that's on. That means it's open. This is, well, let's see if it turns that way. So that would be off. It would shut it off. That would open the fuel. I may replace all of that because I've got to get under there anyway, because I'm going to remove this battery and the starter motor, which is right there. That's going to come off because I don't want to push that weight around. You know, it's just dead weight that if I get the self-propel working, it's just more weight that it would have to pull around. If I can't, I end up making this a push mower, then that'll really be tough because this is a heavy mower. The other thing I wanted to show you is the cable on this one, like so many of them, is rusted, and so this is not this attaches right up in there, but I suspect, I think I checked out the other day and this is rusted and not working. This is something I want you guys to watch for, because sometimes these engines won't start, and it's because the kill switch is not working right. Let me get something to point with. This, the kill wire comes into this switch right here, and it goes under a little hole there, and this person, and somewhere along the way it's bent up. Now if this thing touches, I mean, there is not much clearance there. If this wire right there in touches this mower's not going to start, because it is, you've effectively grounded it out. The way the kill switch works is that this wire here goes to the coil, and it grounds out, because instead of spark being delivered to the spark plug, it just is diluted and goes into all this metal into this engine and doesn't do anything. So I'm going to go ahead and move this down just a little bit, because it worries me that it's so close to that housing. So let me bend it down this way a little bit. There we go. Okay, so now at least I don't think that's touching. And also, if this wire, if this sheath here was worn and that part of the wire was touching, same thing, it's not going to start. So none of this exposed wire, that little area or this little area, can touch this rewinder metal. If it does, this mower's not going to start. So keep an eye out for that. If you ever have trouble, you've done everything and it won't start, that could be it. Now we're going to check this mower for compression, and the way to do that is to get that kill switch off. So I'm going to get one of my handy tools here, which I've shown you in the past. This is an old mower handle and some strong wire, and we're going to wrap this around that end of that spring, and I'll tell you what, since I've got the, I'm going to go this way with it. I'll get this end. I'm going to get this end off because I've got the wheels up against that, so the mower may not move as much when I do this. So I'm going to pull this and then lift up. Okay, so that's it. So that powerful spring is off of there. Now we can look at this and see what's happening. See that? So right now it wouldn't start. If you move it that way, that's like the bail has been held down. That mower should start. I got a feeling this is pretty corroded. And so I'm going to go ahead and take this off. And the way to do that is to get in here and squeeze down on those little ears. Let's see, I've got all the slack I need up there. Just squeeze down on these little ears here. And let's see, I'm going to have to set the phone down. So let me put it in the holster. Sorry about all the jostling around there, but I gotta use two hands to get that thing off. So let's see if I can get it off now. So you squeeze these ears with this set of pliers here and squeeze it down and pull this way. So now, see, it'll come out. And that cable's held down by a little plastic bracket, but I'll be able to get that out. Okay, so that's free and out of the way. So now I can move this kill switch back and forth. And I'm looking at this to make sure that it's moving. See if this, I want to see that little switch move up a little bit from the, it's not moving very much. So I may have to bend the end of this piece that goes up under there and touches that. I don't know if you can see it, but that's my pointer. This little piece there, right there, has to come up and touch that. And this switch should move from the pressure of that, or it's not going to die. This mower will just keep running even though you let go of the bail. So I may have to bend that up a little bit. But I can now check this for compression. So let me tilt this back. Let me set this in the holster. I've got to hold the gate on this thing open. It hits the table and I can't get her back. Okay, so I'm going all the way back now. Okay, now I'm seeing a serious problem that I may not be able to save this mower as it is on this deck, and I'll show you why. Maybe I can repair it, I don't know. But this whole axle is coming off because it has broken there. You see that big gap? So that whole axle is loose. So I'll have to figure out a way to reattach that or just get this engine off this mower and put it on another one. But let's check for compression, see if it's got any. It doesn't look like this thing has hit anything, but let's go around and see what happens here. Let me take the spark plug off. It's not going to start, but safety first, right? All right, spark plug is off. So let's go around now. Oh yeah, that's right there. That's got good compression. Okay, so this mower is probably going to run, and we can save it. But based on that axle up there, let's see what that looks like. It needs to be a piece like that, or I have to come up with something like that to attach that up there. Let me see if it's broken off or missing. It looks like part of it. Looks like part of it is still there. Look at that. Okay. No, it's just a piece of plastic, man. That's terrible. All right, so that's what we're dealing with here. All right, stay tuned. We're going to try and save Kimberly.